Say 1 2 1 2. Check 2 2 1 2.
Check 2 1 2. Mic effect 2 1 2. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue.
Okay.
The waters brought me to my knees. What if you brung you?
Oh, period. I don't
That's
know.
Lupe.
I was supposed to finish it,
That's
but I don't know.
Lupe.
I don't know.
That's Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, okay, check her in. Okay, hi guys, it's your girl G9. Am I looking into this camera?
This is our main one.
Okay. Hi guys, it's your girl G9. I am here with
Chellz Vets. Hi.
Okay, Chellz Yvette. You're welcome to G Vibes. How you
I'm
feeling?
so excited, Gina. Can't wait to we get into some things.
I'm so excited.
And I just can't hide
I was
it.
gonna do the Saved by the Bell one, but it's okay.
When I'm rocking in the morning and I'm running around and I'm on the home last night, that one?
No, but
Okay.
the one when she had all the drugs and she was going, I'm so
I'm so Jesse Spano.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Anyway, I'm sorry we had started off low, but you know we got the content creator, viral girl herself, host, personality. She
Keep
got
going.
a lot of hats.
Keep going.
I mean, keep going. I'm gonna go social services, content creator, viral queen.
Interviewed Oprah.
Oh,
you know.
she interviewed Oprah.
It's
You
on
know
my
what?
screensaver. It's on my screensaver,
Oh,
but you
let
know,
me see a
yeah.
screensaver. Let me see that.
Let me see.
Period.
Period. That's
And
Oprah.
she had braids. And she had braids. Okay, let me just get right into our. Well, did I tell you already that we're doing a quick get to know you? Real
Yes,
quick?
you did. You kind of gave me a run through of everything, brief overview, but I was like, girl, whatever you got, I'm ready for it.
And she didn't want the questions, y'all.
Nope,
so if
I
she didn't
don't.
want the questions, she was ready. She in the scene with the gangsters.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna start off with what is your favorite R&B song of all time?
Oh my gosh, it is For Real by Emile. I don't know how to say her last name, LaRue, but she was in the group Groove Theory. She was the lead singer of I've Been Doing My Own Thing. That is the group she was in, but then she went solo and she had this song that was called For Real. And that is like my favorite R&B song.
I'm trying to think for real.
I can be na 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 like you. For real.
Okay,
Yes, that is my favorite R&B song.
Yes, it's Black History Month, so tell me something you know about one of our cultural leaders.
Madam C.J. Walker.
What can you say about her?
Oh my gosh, she even at the hot comb.
Period. Okay.
George,
She like, you ain't gonna do me. You ain't gonna do
George
me.
Washington Carver, the peanut butter, the
Okay,
peanut.
period. Get it.
I know a couple of our Black influential leaders. Nipsey Hussle. Okay, period.
If you was to go on the next person to see in Vegas, besides Usher, have you seen Usher first of all?
No, I'm so sad. I haven't seen him. No.
Who would you want to see in residency next?
A residency next. Who would I like to see? I would like to see probably a Destiny's Child.
Oh my God! No one has
DC5.
never said Destiny's Child, but I think Destiny's Child would be great.
Yeah, definitely a DC5. It would sell out.
Oh, you said 5, so you want all 5 members?
I want all 5
You want to
members.
throw my page out
Out
the
the
window and
Yes.
cater to you,
Yes, I want them to come together.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we gonna
DC5.
we should talk about that one day. We
Yeah.
should get them together.
DC5 for sure.
Okay, if what and I'm gonna get to know you really well. What was your favorite high school? If you did, just fine.
Okay.
What was your favorite high school subject and why?
English. Just because I'm just such a speaker, a writer, I just was always interested in people's stories, which is one of the reasons why I got into the field that I'm in, because I was always interested in the story and storytelling. So as an English major, the whole objective of that is to constantly read and write, and that's just something I love to do now.
I love that.
Yeah.
So east side or the west side of LA? Which one you picking?
West Side.
Period. If I bring another East Coast person here,
Girl.
everybody be like, the East Side is always better, but
West
the West
LA,
Side.
West LA, baby.
What did Ice Cube say? West Side is the best
It's
side.
the best
Like,
side.
what are y'all talking about?
West LA, period.
Okay, my last one and not least. If you could change anything, okay, just think about when you were younger, right?
Okay.
Is there anything you can go back in time that you would want to change? If so, take yourself back and then move forward, or you would like to keep yourself right here and you're happy where you at right now?
You know, I don't have any regrets. I would not want to go back because I feel like everything mattered. Everything shaped who I am today. I think that everything was significant. I believe in, I just believe things work out how they're supposed to work out because it's all a part of our natural evolution and growth.
I love that.
Yeah.
Go girl.
Yes.
Evolution and growth.
Period.
That is a line right there.
Yeah.
So I know you say affirmations. Do you have an affirmation you use?
This is so funny. This is such a funny story. Okay. So, you remember Facebook first came out and you had to write a bio?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just telling my friend about this, and I haven't changed that bio since like 2009. So I went to look at it. I'm like, what is my bio on Facebook? Because I just don't remember. So the bio was my favorite quote. And it's still one of my favorite quotes, but from back in the time. This is an affirmation. This is so random. But have you seen Nutty Professor?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember when Buddy Love was about to die or go back into the body?
Okay.
And he was like, hey, he was yelling, and he was like, don't forget. He was like, no matter what, you got to strut. Do you remember that part?
Yeah, but
Okay, so I was, in 2009, I'm obviously younger than I am now, but it resonated with me because he was telling him, even though he was overweight, like no matter what life throw at you or how you feel about yourself, like you gotta strut. So I always took that as like,
You gotta do your shit.
You gotta do your shit. Like don't let nobody see with your head down. Like no matter what,
Yes.
you got to strut. Like I could be having a bad day, I'm a strutting here like ain't nothing happened.
you know what? And I feel like we see that through Instagram, and that's why I reached out to you. I seen you around the way on Instagram, and I was like, should I hit her up? I don't know.
Of
that
course.
whole should you hit you up? Because you know how people can be cool on social
Yeah.
media, but
Yeah.
in real life, you don't know.
No, I love people. Like
Yeah.
I love people like
When your birthday?
March 10th, Pisces.
Okay, Pastor, so you romantic.
I am a little bit.
I mean, you know.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay,
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, I am just somewhat. I'm just kidding. I am very romantic. I'm really big on romance.
And you big on romance with men, too.
Yeah, it's no romance without finance, though. Let's be clear.
Okay, we ain't got there yet, but we're going to get there.
I just wanted to be clear. It's Valentine's Day. I just want y'all to know there's no romance without finance. Okay?
But see, I always ask women, when you say that, can you bring that to the table as well? Not trying to say that you
no,
don't,
no.
but
I'm saying everything that I ask for, I can already do as an individual.
Okay,
Like I'm not
period.
asking for anything that I cannot already provide and cannot do, and that is always my stance on everything. Like I'm not spewing this out for the sake of spewing it. Like I've already walked this walk and talked this talk. So when you come over here, you have to just add to it. You know what I'm saying? Like we
love
gotta
that.
be at an even playing field, or you gotta be above. But it's never gonna be me pulling from somebody else.
well, you know what? Let's get right into you. Let's get to know you all the way
Take
here.
my glasses
Point
off,
blank.
maybe, for
oh,
this.
you had to bring your glasses. Take them off. And she got her snake skins on, y'all. Show them your snake skin, because it's giving, girl,
Boots.
it's giving strut. It's
No
giving
matter what,
strut.
you got to strut.
Okay. So I wanted to get right into you being a content creator, because
Okay.
I am in my 30s, and I just felt like, even I had to talk with my friend, like, I'm bringing on a content creator, and I don't know what to even ask her, because the real question I want to ask her, can you be a content creator in your 30s?
What?
Because we see it, but we see more younger people doing certain things, and we're
Yeah.
like, oh, we're not doing that. I'm too old for that.
No, and here's the thing. When it comes to content creation, a lot of times people are trying to do the content instead of just being the content.
Yes.
Everything is content. I'm here, I'm getting BTS, I'm getting film of me. That's content. Me going in my daily life, going to Target to go shop, that's content. It's like a lot of times we're overthinking the content because we're trying to do the content as opposed to be the content. Like we are the content. Like your natural interests and your natural passions, that is the content. And it
Yes.
doesn't take much. Like I'm just naturally wired to do this, but whenever you go somewhere, always get BTS, always get B-roll. Even if it's an aisle in Target, you can get that and you can put a nice little message overlay over it. It's like we have to simplify content as much as possible, because I think a lot of times we overthink it.
Well, how did you get into content creating? Did you overthink it even at first before you got into it?
I've been creating content for a very long time. If you think about it, back in like the Facebook days, uploading to Photo Bucket, putting like 20 pictures, 30 pictures in an album on Facebook. So I've kind of always been that girl. As soon as we've got video on our phone, I was always recording stuff. I remember one time coming out of the Club Echo. We was like,
Oh, I remember that club.
right, we was like 21, 22, right? We was like 21, 22. I don't know what kind of phone I had, but it had a camera. And we was coming out the club, and I remember I had my phone out, and Nipsey had pulled up when he had the drop top. And I
In the
like,
Mercedes.
yes,
Yes.
I like got some of him. Goofy was there because he was a DJ. I had
I
the
like
phone
DJ
in Goofy
Goofy.
face, like, what's up, Goofy? He like, what's up? This DJ Goofy woo. So I kind of been always like that person
Right.
to capture content before it was like an actual thing. I just believed in like capturing the moment. So I feel like creating content or being a content creator is something that was just kind of already embedded in me.
Okay. Yeah. So you was back in those MySpace days. You did your top 8. You did your top 13.
Girl, Photo Bucket was crazy. I had about 87 pictures to upload from the night from the club.
What is your favorite social media handle that you ever had? That you loved or to this day that you wish came back? Or do you have any favorites?
Okay, so when I first got into entertainment, I started off in radio. So my name was Radio Chellz.
Okay,
and
that's
like
cute.
everybody knew that. Like people know me by Radio Chellz. Sometimes people still see me and they be like Radio Chellz. If you follow me back in the day, that was probably my favorite name because that is what like stamped me like coming into the industry. And then I had a college radio show, so it just kind of like it worked out for that time. So that's probably my favorite. And then I transitioned over to Bombshell, and it's just been up ever since then.
Who gave you Bombshell?
That's a good question. Nobody's asked me that, but like. I'm trying to remember how I came up with it because I think I remember. Obviously, my name is Rochelle.
Oh, see, I was gonna ask you what's your real name because everybody used their
Shell. Everybody call me Chellz, but my name is Rochelle. So it kind of was a playoff of Rochelle. And then one day I just remember Googling like what a bombshell was, and it was like a big, like shocking, like it was something that was like explosive, and it made sense because I have such a big personality.
Right.
So it's kind of like a bombshell. So I just used the ending of my name and just made it Bombshell.
And they've been calling you that ever since.
Been calling me Bombshell ever since, and it stuck so long. And people call me Chellz, and people call me Bombshell either way. And then like I've had people like that I've met that I gave them my Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Bombshell. Like I always see your tweets, or I always see your Instagram."
Yeah, you're a viral tweet person. Talk about that. Like when you started doing this, and before we get into anything else, they call you the viral queen. Like,
yeah.
How did you get that name?
Okay.
And how did it start for you?
So my first ever viral tweet was during the pandemic. It was at the height of COVID. And one day I was at Signal Hill in Long Beach and I was just working out, and I just tweeted one day and I was like, what did I say? I was like, I'm gonna let y'all go out in the air. I forgot what I said, but I'm like,
I remember that one.
Right. I was like, I'm gonna let y'all go out in the air.
And I'm gonna stay back for a minute.
I was like, test the air. Let's see what happened first. No idea it was gonna take off. Like none. I'm just tweeting my natural thoughts. Over 20 million impressions. Ari Lennox was talking about it on her live. It was mentioned on the Real Talk Show. It became a meme. It was on every blog. It was on Shade Room. It was on Baller Alert. It was on Neighborhood Talk.
I remember that. I was rolling when I seen that.
Yeah,
I didn't know who
it was on celebrities were reposting it. It went crazy like during that time, and that's just me being myself. And ever since that viral tweet, every funny, witty tweet I had, I go viral at least twice a week on Twitter. Just for being myself.
And I'm not even on Twitter, but I always catch your Twitters. And you always, since the pandemic, I've always seen you on the top tweets of 2020,
like
of 2021.
Yeah, like BuzzFeed had a top 27, top 20 tweets during the pandemic that get you through it. I was number one.
Yeah, like I swear to God, I remember that.
I've been in Yahoo. I've been in Complex. I've been featured in Essence. I've been in Wall Street Journal. My tweets.
How do you feel being? It's like something that you're being your true self, and you're able to express how you feel, and people like that.
Yeah.
Not everybody's able to do that as a content creator because you express yourself, and then people are like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But it's like some people will get it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's what the problem is, that people don't get it? Like if you be your true self, it just gonna work out how it work out. Who gonna follow you? Gonna follow you. Who gonna be with you? Gonna be with you.
I've always been an advocate of being yourself. I remember I was just about to write a tweet, or maybe I have it on archive, but I was like, you know, when I was younger, if you asked me what I wanted to be, I would have had a different answer. But I said, if you asked me today at 35, what do you want to be? And I just always say myself. Like if I can't being myself is the most important thing I have in life. If I'm in any space, any relationship, any friendship where I can't be myself, I take that as it's not for me, and I will feel like I failed. Anytime I don't show up as my full self, that bothers me more than anything in this world, because I mean I let something on the outside infiltrate on the inside, where I feel like I gave my power to this environment or this person, and I felt like I wasn't worthy enough to be myself. And like I wanted preach that, teach that to people, women, whoever. Like the best thing you can do for yourself is be yourself, because also on the flip side, when you show up as yourself, you get to see people's true colors.
Yes.
You know, so many people benefit from us shrinking or not being ourselves, and we won't realize that until we show up 100% as us. So that is just my mantra for everything. Be yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to clap you for that one. So, being that you're your true self at all times, I know that you're a host as well, and they call you this big personality. How was you able to transpire that into doing red carpets and being a part of media? You even work for Jasmine Brand.
Yeah.
And how did you get there?
So I'm just like a person that I just take calculated risk. I do research. I'm a big research person.
Girl, I know how that feels.
Girl, you know, you in this field too, so
I'll
all
be
we gotta do
like,
is
so
research.
how do I use press for this?
Girl, so I knew that Jasmine Brand, actually Jasmine, shout out to Jasmine, I love her because she gave me my start. Jasmine was going to be a speaker on Miss Diddy's brand new University. So I knew she was going to be there. So I'm like, okay, I want to go hear her speak, and I actually want to be part of the platform. So afterwards she was speaking, I went up to her, and I literally went up to her and Meyer, which is her partner, and I was like, hey, if you guys need any type of interns or any help, I would love to assist. Did not ask for a job. I told them I wanted to help.
Right.
You know, be a part of anything. I was like social media.
Because you just liked her as a person.
Yeah, and I knew I wanted to eventually like do carpets.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
but I know that sometimes carpets is a thing you have to move up to.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to come in doing whatever. You know, I was just like hungry.
Behind the scenes,
whatever. So she was like, yeah, like, you know, send me your email or whatever, your resume, whatever the case may be. I had no experience interviewing. I'm sorry, I'm lying. Because I interviewed somebody on my internship at KISS. But I had no reel.
Yeah.
So basically, the first thing I did was the Greenleaf premiere with Oprah, interviewing Oprah, and
that was your first one.
That was my first one.
How did that go? Like being I never get to ask this question, but your first red carpet interview, how was that for you?
I felt like nervous, but I felt also like at home. I felt like this is what I was supposed to be doing. And again, there are some things that just come natural for me.
Yeah.
So like, I already knew like kind of what I wanted to ask her and how I wanted to go about it. Like it was just basically like on the job training, you know, I got there early. I didn't know where to set up them. I didn't know nothing was on with me, so I'm like, okay, figured it out. Okay, we right here, set up the tripod. You know, I've had things happen to me where the camera wasn't on, or I forgot an SD card. I mean, all kind of stuff.
Oh Lord, don't tell me.
Microphone don't work, something died. So I felt like it felt so exciting because I'm like, okay, this is what I really want to do, and I finally got to do it. And then Oprah, of all people, and that's why I love Jasmine to this day, because like she gave me a chance. She didn't have no reel for me. She didn't even know I could do it.
Yeah,
you know
she
what I mean?
just gave you a chance, like your personality.
Yeah, so I'm forever grateful for her. But it was exciting.
When you got that email, like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't really know like what to do. Like I read the email of the call sheet and like what time to be there and whatever, the media check-in. I just kind of figured it out, like, because I didn't want to ask no questions either, you know, like,
because you don't want to seem like you don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I ain't gonna ask a question. It say media check-in here, like, you know, I'm just kind of sharp that way, so I was like, I can figure it out. Got there early. I was like one of the first people on the carpets.
Oh, you gotta be.
Yeah.
Especially to being the black woman on there too.
Yeah, you do.
I've been at many carpets. I'm like, where's all the black people?
Yeah, and we be at the very end, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, I was gonna put that in there.
We be at the end.
I was at the end a couple of times, and I was like, okay, I'm grateful I'm here.
Yeah.
So you know, you have to get that about you, but
For
then
sure.
that's the same thing. The whole Vivica and Todd, Taraji, and all this stuff going on is like you got to be happy you're here, and then you're not getting.
But at the same
I feel
time,
like that's a great thing still too that you're there.
It is, but at the same time, the black outlets is what support these actual actors and actresses and entertainers. So we should not be at the end of the carpet because we're the one that's going to support them the most and advocate for them the most. We're one that is promoting their new shows, promoting their music, so we shouldn't be at the end. Exactly. So
because if you're a content creator, more than likely, even if E! News and all these people post it, you're gonna get probably more impressions because of your content and people mess with you. So that's what I was talking about with someone the other day. It's like, I have a lot of impressions now that I did the Grammy week, and I'm like, what do you do with it? Like, what do you do? Like, you know, you keep going, you keep doing, and it's like, okay, I got all of this, but I need a bigger brand to hire me, or do I just do it myself?
You gotta just keep going. The best thing you can do for yourself is build your brand for myself. If I would have been in your position 5 years ago, I would have built up for myself. Everybody kept telling me when I was doing it, like, you know, you could build your own. And I'm like, no, I'm comfortable, you know, being with a bigger outlet, you know. But I would have definitely built the ground up, because now here I am at 35, building from the ground up. Yeah, when I could have done it then, but everything worked out how it's supposed to work out.
And I love
think I had the confidence to do it on my own back then either.
But you always seem like you faked it till you made it with Oprah. So you could have faked it till you made it that time too.
As you know, because you do this, it's a lot of work. As me starting my podcast now, I'm like, this is a lot of work. I feel like Tyler Perry, producer, writer,
Yeah.
director, actor, executive producer, talent booker, creator. It's a lot.
Everybody asks me, how do you start your own podcast? So I start doing like little reels on how you start your own podcast.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you put your, you have to set up yourself?
Yes.
You have to call the people. Yes. It's so teamwork make the dream work.
For
so
sure.
that's what I want is a team that's hungry as me.
But the team comes, like, you know, like I'm really a big advocate on, like, at least for me, maybe even for you too, but like a lot of times we want to do stuff, like God is waiting on us to build it.
Yes.
Like, and it's a known saying that if you build it, they will come.
Yes.
Like, you just have to take one step. Like, people have to see you actually moving and to be a part of your movement, and it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will latch onto it. People want to help you. People want to support you. People want to be a part of it if they see that. If you want to inspire them, and they see that you value what you're doing and you value your content and what you're doing yourself, it's just natural.
I love that.
Yeah.
So being that you started your own company now, looking back, would you have still changed anything? Would you just build your own company? Like, I'm trying to do myself, and I'm like, okay, every time I even send a request, I get so nervous. I looked at my email 25 times today, no lie.
Girl.
Just to check and see if I get this one press call.
And
it's
you
like
know
stressful
what?
sometimes.
It is, but I feel like the right situations will come to us, and the ones that's not meant for us now in this season, they're just meant to be a pause. You know, when it comes down to, I've had a podcast before called The Cheat Code that I launched back in like 2018, and I had about 5 episodes in, and people rocked with it, but there's so many people I reached out to that did not. And it is hard when somebody, like, you know, kind of BS around and be like, oh, I can't, woo. And it's because they feel like you're not big enough. But I always say one thing about them tables, baby, they always turn. And I forget nothing.
You one of those people that keep you petty?
I'm not petty, but I will remember who plays you. Because like Jay-Z said in his song, when you first come in the game and try to play you, then you drop a couple hits, look how they wave to you.
And look what he said on the speech. Remember, they said he's a genius now. He's a chairman now. What did he say at the end? Everything they were saying about Beyonce was cool. I love that. But did you catch the end? The end said, now they calling you a genius. Now they calling you a chairman. You feel me? Like,
and even Drake got turned down from like 7 labels. You see what I'm saying? Like, but Lil Wayne seen something in him. Look at Drake now. He got turned down from 7 labels.
And he's bigger than any rapper.
Justin Bieber wanted to sign with Usher. Usher turned him down.
Yes, you got to believe
So it's like, that rejection is just a part of the process. And you're going to end up at the place you're supposed to be, because all it takes, no Lady Gaga, she always says 100 people in the room.
Yes.
All you need is one yes. But it's true.
Always one yes.
All you need is one yes out of 100 no's. All you need is one yes, and that's going to be the yes that changed your life. I truly believe content creation is going to change my life this year.
I believe in it too. That's why you're here right now, because I believe in you. Period.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about social services.
Okay. Social girl services.
Social girl services. Let me get it right. Get it tight. Social girl services, I believe, didn't you start that based on being a content creator?
Yeah.
And what does it provide? And can you tell them what do you do?
Yeah, so Social Girl Services is a content-focused social media agency. So anything content-related, I can do for you. I do not manage accounts.
Please let them know. You do not build brands.
I do not build brands. I work personally in digital marketing, but I don't do that. That's not my level of expertise. So mine is more of like creative direction, content creation, content strategy, coming out. Like right now, if I was to do the service for myself, I would be right here getting BTS for myself. I would go home, chop it up, create a TikTok or reel for you to post.
Oh, okay.
So I also do copywriting. So if you have an email, you want to send an email blast, you don't know what to say, or if you have content that you need copy for or captions for, I write that as well.
Okay.
Just anything you could think of that is content focused.
And what made you get into that? Because everybody kept calling you the viral queen?
Everybody kept calling me for just content advice, and to come shoot stuff for them, and, or edit this reel, or what should I say, or how should I sequence this reel? Like, how can I tell this story? I was already doing like storyboards and strategy for people before I even make it a business. So I was very scared to launch it, because I'm like, Man, when I made the page for Social Girl Services in 2019.
Oh.
And I just made it because I already had the name Social Girl Services because it was supposed to be like a mobile content service.
Oh, so you pulling up?
That's significantly what it was. This was before like content creation. It was big, but it wasn't as big as it is now.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's cool because I'm a code of people. You know, I thought it was like this fresh idea, which it was for the time, but I didn't act on it because I had friends and they would have like birthday parties and baby showers, and I would go and I would get all their crisp content. And then I used to work at iHeart during the time, iHeart Radio. So part of my job as a street team was to get the content and send it back to our digital team. So I've been like kind of in that bag.
You've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, for quite some time. So I was like, let me just make it a business because I've always had an entrepreneur spirit, but I've never really wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't want the weight of that, the responsibility, you know. But I keep getting pushed towards it more and more, and I'm still learning and I'm still growing, but I'm here to provide content services to whoever needs it, big or small.
Okay.
Helping creators create content, helping businesses.
Yes.
So, yeah,
because a lot of people don't know what to do.
I know.
So they will look to you and be like, okay, what do I do? How do I make this big? How do I?
And that was my struggle because I'm like, everybody know how to do this. I'm like, everybody know how to create content. I'm like, I don't know if this even gonna go far because I'm teaching people how to do stuff when everybody's a content creator. But everybody either they don't, or the big thing is people just don't have time.
Oh yeah.
Like right now, again, like if I was like, I have to do something next week where somebody's speaking on the panel and they need somebody to come record them. So I'm going to get content and then chopping it up, creating the reel. Like right now, I would need a me.
Yeah.
Like on this podcast, I would need somebody here right now getting the content
so
for
everything
me.
matters at every point. But
Everything
what if you
matters.
don't want to give your whole life to the world? How do you create content without saying too much but saying enough?
I always say this is my line. People that know me know I say this all the time. My personality is online, not my personal business.
Because I never see your man.
I don't have a man.
Oh, you don't have a man?
No.
It's okay.
But I mean, if you did, you wouldn't see him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know, like, is Chellz dating?
Do I have a mom? Do I have a dad? Do I have
like,
a
you don't
sibling?
really. So, you are the. Yeah, you answered my question.
And that's
like,
very Pisces of me, but I'm just like very private. And then when it comes to my personal life.
That is Pisces of you, I must say.
Yeah, not too much.
Okay,
but Pisces, I'm just my personal life. The things that are important to me don't need to be posted. You know, I feel like online is like our brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if my brand was my family, you know, people do relationship content, family content, then that's a different thing. But like, my family is so important to me. I feel like when I have kids, I probably would never post them.
Why?
I want to protect
you
people.
You would want to like show their first steps.
I don't know, because I'm just like, things that I love, like I want to protect, you know? And it's like, and I love my personal life, so it's like a trust thing for me. Like if I know you and I trust you, then I'll let you in my personal life. Other than that, you're going to get this content online. You're going to get my personality.
And we see the biggest personality ever.
Oh, thank you.
Now you're coming out with your podcast.
Yes.
Let's get on that. Your podcast
Yes.
is what?
Girl, don't text him.
Girl, don't text him. So now you're getting into your real bag. Because girl, don't text him.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. People, it came also because I knew I wanted to do a podcast. Like I said, I had the cheat code podcast. That one was for people giving you the cheat codes to your life or whatever your respective was. Stuff. Right. So Girl Don't Text Him came because I know I want to start a podcast, but people always call me for relationship advice. As single as I am, people always call me for relationship advice because my perspective is very open-minded. I'm not like male bashing, like no, leave him, or you're dumb for that. I'm not judging. I'm just here to offer you up a different perspective.
Yes.
You know, and I'm here to empower and encourage women. So Girl Don't Text Him is just a metaphor.
Do you empower for women to stay with their man even when they cheat?
When they cheat?
Yeah, when the dude cheat.
So here's the thing.
Because you say you here too.
Here's the thing.
He looking Christian.
I know Christian. I am not here to tell you what to do. Okay. But I am going to walk through it with you.
Yeah.
And I want you to realize if you think that you are worthy or valuable of this type of mistreatment, or do you think it's okay? I'm here either what you decide.
Yeah.
If you say I'm gonna stay with my man, I'm championing you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say if this is what your heart truly desires, and make sure that it's not out of fear or desperation or low self-esteem or low value, then do it. It's all about what feels good to you. It's not about my judgment or what I think. If he cheats and you forgive him, because people deserve forgiveness.
Yeah.
Do it. But
not no babies on you and stuff though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you want to stay, cool.
That's your business.
If you want to leave, cool. I'm here either way. But girl, don't text him is just a metaphor for not doing things that set us back in life. It's not just about relationships, dating. It's not about girl, don't text that man. It's just about if you are going to text him, how is it going to make you feel?
Yes.
Is it going to make you feel better, or are you going to feel awful that you text him? Because if you're texting him and there's a level of rejection that comes with that, you're not going to feel good, right? So, like, let's just walk through this first. That's why the tagline of my podcast is, I know you want to text him, but girl, listen to this podcast first.
Yes.
Because
okay, that's a good tagline.
Because
you thought about that tagline. I know you thought about that tagline.
Let me tell you how the name came about. Because I wanted the podcast, and I was just like praying. And everybody's like, just do Chellz Event Pod. And I was like, no, I don't want it to be my name. And I'm like, I need this to be something that sticks, something that's like, it just pops out, something I can create merch with.
Yes.
As well. So
yeah,
one
we'll
night
be wearing that.
on Twitter, I just tweeted, this is before I knew it was the name. I just tweeted, girl, don't text him. Right? Nothing else. And I was just randomly thinking, I'm like, girl, don't text him. It took off. The tweet took off. So I woke up the next morning. I'm like, that's it. I'm like, that's the podcast. The podcast is girl, don't text him.
You see how your brain just clicks on this content creator?
Girl, just
personality.
Strategy, right? I'm like, that's the name. But then I was like, okay, it has to be deeper than that. I'm like, because I don't want people to think like I'm a male basher or I'm anti-dating, anti-relationships. I'm like, no. I'm like, let girl, don't text him be a metaphor. You know, so I'm excited about it. Like, instead of calling it a tribe, it's called the group chat. Okay. You know, so like I'm waiting for listeners. I can't wait till you join the group chat so we can talk about these things. I just want women to make better relationship decisions for themselves.
Because it could be relationships with your family, your friends, your coworkers, your everything.
Yes.
And we all got stories about that.
Yes, that's why it's like, girl, don't text him. Like, or even if you like, I'm about to cuss out my boss and my coworker. Like, let's think about this for a second. Like, girl, don't text him. Like, we're not talking about an actual him. Him could be like a noun, a person, place, or thing.
He, she, her,
exactly.
him, them.
So it's like, girl, don't text him.
I love that. Go,
Thank
girl.
you.
Check you in. You thought about that, girl. You got it, girl. So I do want to ask you this. Being all what we have talked about, what are you the most passionate about? Is it everything, or is it something specific that you're like, okay, this is something that needs to grow, or I'ma die, period?
Yeah, I'm passionate about. You talking about which platform that I'm creating, or in general?
Anything that you're into, from being a producer, a writer, a viral queen, a content creator, anything that we have talked about, basically.
Probably the podcast I'm most excited about, because I really love storytelling, and I'm big on conversations that empower, impact, and inspire.
Yes.
So for me, that is what I'm most passionate about, to get this started and to have these conversations with these women, for them to tell their stories, for us to share stories like in a safe space, and hopefully have conversations that can help somebody else.
I love that. I think that the most important thing about women now is that we love on ourselves the most. I want to ask you this, because a lot of women I've been seeing on social media have been bashing each other about stuff. We see all type of things, and we're like, okay. And one tweet I seen today, which I don't have Twitter, but tweets always come to Instagram, said that I'm tired of these females with these attitudes that's throwing brunches, and they so empowered, and they so. How do you feel about everybody being against each other at this moment? All the women are against each other at some point. Like, from the rappers to the singers to the actresses to shit, your mom and your daddy. Like, how do you feel about that?
I think it's awful. I think the real enemy is men. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We fighting the wrong battle, sis. The real enemy is men. I'm just kidding. No, I think it's awful, but I believe that it comes from a place of lack, scarcity, hurt, insecure, jealousy, and that's why I think it's important to pour into ourselves, because when you really love yourself and you're secure in yourself, like, you're my sister to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you've never hurt or harm me in any way. You know, if anything, we should be connected and helping each other, because there's so many outside things, exterior factors that are already against us. You know, we already get paid the lowest. We have to deal with going into the world with, you know, if a guy asking us for our number, we got to make sure we give it to him, or we don't get killed, like spit on, like cussed out, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we should be championing each other. But when you come from a mean girl place or a mean spirit, it's really out of hurt or your own insecurity. So you should probably be spending time not bashing other women, but doing a lot
working
of
on yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, since we're working on ourselves and we
Yeah.
talked a little bit about men, I'm going to play this game with her.
Yes, I'm excited.
And this game, don't laugh at my little stuff.
I love it. I love it, girl.
This game is called Maybe I Deserve.
Oh, maybe I deserve.
Yes. Shout out to Tank. Maybe I Deserve is about maybe you deserve to block him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he deserves a second date.
Probably not.
Or maybe he deserves a first date.
Okay, baby. These is my. Let me tell you something. How I live my life. I live my life this way. I live my life this way, but I'm trying my hardest to live my life this way.
Okay.
And let me say something. This probably like never happens. I'm trying to be so open to dating in this season, but I've really been in prayer because my patience for
That
dating
blue gun in the back
men,
gonna show. I don't want it to.
it's okay. It's so thin. So
Why is it so thin? Like, to me, Chellz, you give personality, you give spunk. Look, I'm gonna name off her things, man, for y'all. You want to date her? Here you go. She gives spunk. She gives personality. She's a host. She runs her own business. She got the bob that swing it. She got that, and she can dress, and she cute.
But let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the very reasons why I am single.
Oh,
You think all that stuff that men
They see it, though.
men like the idea of that, but the reality of that is what's hard. And then they go to my social media. Oh, you got 11,000 followers. I'm like, 11,000 ain't shit. People got 100K, but they be having like 2K. But I'm like, that's you having this idea of me and you not trying to get to know me because you see all that and feel like, oh, like I had somebody DM me the other night and I opened it. I went to his page. He was cute or whatever. And he was like, oh, I'm surprised you opened my DM. See, now I'm turned off. Why you tell me that?
see, you know what? Let's get to the question. So I want to know from her about
Okay.
this because have them in your hand because I know you gonna say what you gonna say, and I
am.
want you to be ready. But I
Okay.
memorized a lot of these.
Okay.
So first things
I'm ready.
1st. If you go on the first date
Uh-huh.
and the male does not pay for the first date, are you blocking him? Why are you putting it up first?
Because you said didn't pay. I didn't even
the
hear no more.
first date,
I didn't need to hear no more.
but the first date you don't know
I
him.
didn't need.
Oh, he actually okay, girl. You know him enough. First date, she blocking y'all, dude.
Correct. I wouldn't even go without
A meal.
We'll be done.
The meal is not
We'll be
paid
done.
for. No.
Why are you asking me on a date and you did not and you didn't plan on paying for it?
Okay, so the woman has to ask us the date. So
No, women should not be paying on the first date in general.
okay, you stick by that.
I stand by it.
Have you ever paid for
No,
the first? No,
I will not.
So you blocked them.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. So you went on the first date. So maybe let's see. Maybe he deserves this.
Okay.
You went on the first date, and you were so banking on the second date. The first date, at the end of the night, he tells you when he calls you and say, "Oh, I made it home. Did you make it home?" I have to let you know that I dated a friend of yours before. Like I went on one date with her. I went on one date with her. Nothing happened. We were just friends, and we never talked after that. You still blocking him?
Girl code. No.
No second date?
No.
What is she a friend from social media?
No.
What did she meet?
No.
Okay, she blocked him.
Gina, I don't date. I don't do that. It's too many men in this world. Why do I need to date somebody that you dated or another girl dated?
But if you went on one date with him,
and he didn't tell me till after. Why you moving like that anyway?
you want
You get what I'm saying? Why am I just not finding this out?
you want him to tell you in the beginning.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have went on a date with him.
Oh, okay.
If he was like, oh, you follow such and such, I know her. I'd have been like, oh no.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, oh yeah, let's do another one.
Okay.
Because she's
'Cause
like
everybody know I'm the black queen. I am getting better at blocking, but my block finger be itching so bad. I be ready to block.
Oh no! Listen, so, and this is a question, and I'm sad to ask you this, but
Okay.
you just kind of mentioned it. If a guy goes out with you and all he does is talk about you being a social media content creator on your first date, does he deserve a second date, or maybe does he deserve? Because you got to give him another chance, or does he deserve to get blocked?
How is he talking about it though? If he's talking about it like in a way that's like, oh, that's dope, like you're a content creator, woo, that's fine. But if that's all you talking about, and it's like, cause to me, that's what I do, but that's not who I am.
Yeah.
So if you are like so enamored by that to the point where you're not like trying to get to know me, probably not, cause it's like it's okay to think it's dope or to be impressed by it, and then there's another line where it's like it's giving borderline fan behavior, and I don't like that either.
Okay, so you're gonna block him again.
I don't
You
think I would-
blocking everybody,
I don't
though.
think I would. I gotta choose one of these cards.
Yes,
huh?
choose one of
You
them.
know what? Maybe we could do a second date and see if he's still talking about
Okay,
it.
we got a second date, Christian. We got a second
For once.
date.
For once.
For once, we got a second date. Okay, you were on the phone with this guy, and when you were on the phone, he asked you what you would like to do on the first date. You said, I'll go with the flow. And he brought you to his house to cook for you. Brought you roses. And did not want sex at the end of the night.
Why am I going to your house, bro?
But he cooking for you.
That's crazy.
That's crazy,
He
Chris.
cooking for you,
That's
though.
crazy.
He cooking for you.
What's crazy, Chris, that he asked me to his house?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like on the first date.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks.
It's coming from a man. That's crazy.
Okay, well, the first date, he can't cook for you.
First of all, because stranger danger. I'm not going inside of a house with you and I don't know you.
Yeah.
Like, too many
But what
women
if he made food for you and had a picnic outside? Was that cool?
like in his courtyard.
No, outside at a park, y'all had a first date.
I've always wanted to go on a picnic date.
Okay, guys, you
I
want to go to
think
picnic
that
date?
is so cute. I wouldn't mind that. That's like you put thought into it. That's effort. We
Okay,
outside.
so we blocking him for the house, but what about the picnic
a
date?
picnic date is cool. We can
Second
go.
date?
We can go on a second date if you do a picnic date. I think that's really cute.
Okay.
That shows effort too. You know, like I
Yes.
love that. That's like outside the box.
Okay, so what if a guy says he's in and out of jobs? Stop it!
Oh.
Don't pick it up yet.
I'm like,
Don't pick it up yet.
okay.
He is in and out of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He has his PPP money running. But at the end of the pandemic, you see him rising. Would you unblock him and make a second date, or would you keep him blocked?
Okay, so he still got a little bag.
He still got a bag.
No, we're going on a second date.
You going but he got PPP money.
I don't care how you got it.
But you're not knocking him, and you gonna let him go on the second date.
Absolutely.
Oh, you sound, that's contradicting yourself at this
How?
point. Because you're like, okay, I don't want to go to your house, but I still use your money.
No,
You ain't got no job.
it's
You in and out of jobs.
It's not using money, but you have money to date. That's all it's about to me. Like you can't ask women on a date if you do not have money to date. That just doesn't even
But
make
what if
sense.
it run out?
As far as what, like a PPP loan?
What if the PPP run out?
We just going on a date. I'm not about to marry this man.
Okay, you just wanted to date, because most of the time dates are supposed to lead to the second
They
date,
should,
to the
but
third.
sometimes they don't. And this is what I tell women too. Sometimes we overthinking it. Sometimes a date is just a good time.
Yes.
Like I was talking to somebody last year, and it was just a good time.
And
Like
you didn't like him like that.
I did, but
Oh.
I knew that it was just a good time. I didn't put too much stock into it.
So when do Chellz put her time into it, when she knows what?
Whew. I haven't put too much time into it in a long time. That's actually the problem that I'm facing now. I don't put dating is just like not a priority for me.
Okay, because I see you do your do's and your don'ts.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you're blocking everybody at the same time, too.
Okay.
So,
that's
we're
fair.
going to end this last question with this. If you were stranded on the side of the road,
Okay.
and this guy you were talking to, this guy you were talking to said he could not pick you up because he was 2 hours away in traffic. And he never came because it would have been too much. Would you let him still take you on a second date? Or would you block him because he didn't never come get you on the side of the road?
He can't come get me because
he's stranded on.
it's 2 hours. So that makes
It's 2
sense.
hours too late.
But there's also a way to show that you can try. Like
Okay.
2 ways you can do it. Like if you can be like, I can't come get you, but do you have AAA? I do. Do you want to use my AAA?
I'll Uber to you.
Or I'll Uber. I can Uber you.
Yeah, Uber
I can
you.
Like there's ways to do
So
it.
you're not blocking him.
I'm not blocking him. I'm only blocking him if he shows no other way to, like, to me as a man, like at least my man, you should be like solution oriented, because I am. So if you call me, you stranded, my wheels already turning. How we gonna get you out the situation? So for me as my man, if I call you with a problem, I'm 100% looking for a solution. And if the solution is just I can't come get you, then no.
What if you just met him, you went on first date, and
Well, if I just met him, I'm not calling him for help anyway.
but you never. What if that first date went well and y'all gonna go on a second date? And you don't know, like.
I probably wouldn't ask him for help. I probably would tell him the scenario.
Oh, okay.
And then if he like, dang, that's crazy, it's like,
I ain't gonna mess
Clipped.
with her no more.
clip
Okay.
blocked.
All right. Well, that was the game. She blocking everybody, y'all.
I said a second date one time.
One time. You never gave nobody a first date.
I want to go on this. I want to date, but
okay, let's get.
But
before we end, that's what I want to ask you. Are you open?
I'm so open to dating, but everybody's just so.
What is the problem, Chellz? Tell us the problem.
They don't have any money. I'm just kidding. No, no, the problem is.
No, she's serious.
I'm semi-serious, but not 100%
that's
serious.
what serious is about.
You can't have romance without finance, but it's not. I'm not a money-oriented person, but I'm a personality-driven person, and I feel like that's just lacking today. Like personality, conversation skills, like just being a genuine good person and being a dope person. Like that's kind of rare out here. Like I'm very attracted to personality types. So if I meet you and you have a personality and you seem ambitious and you seem cool, then we can rock. But other times when I meet people, it just don't be like that.
Well, have you ever looked at yourself and say maybe it's you? Because people don't never. I'm not saying it's you.
No.
I'm saying, have you ever had to check yourself about a situation like, it's me. It's not even the dude this time.
No, for sure. But the thing is like I know what kind of personality I have, and to me, it's like everything is about like energy exchange.
Yes.
So if you have a personality that is not bringing that side out of me, like example, like if I go on a date with a man, which I have, and they just talk the whole time, talk about themselves, I'm quiet. And I'm not a quiet girl, but to them, they're gonna be like, "Damn, you kind of quiet." But it's like I'm not quiet. You just talking a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're not gonna work because it's like you're not bringing out the great sides of me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the flip side to your point, it's like maybe it's me. It's like yeah, because there's a certain vulnerability level that I'm not willing to go to in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I have to really talk to you and we have to really converse and I have to get to know you and see what's going on. But
so you take things really, really slow.
I do in the beginning because I'm not about to just open up to anybody. Like that's important to me. But in a date, I keep it like very light.
But how do you feel about this though? Because Shaq said something about don't tell a woman everything.
Yeah.
Don't pillow talk. Basically,
51 years old, by the way. Talking about don't open up to a woman. That's crazy to me.
And you been married.
And he been married. That's crazy to me.
Because maybe he's experienced. Not saying shiny.
He's also a Pisces.
So she said everything about herself that she's not vulnerable and he's not either.
I will be vulnerable after time.
Yeah.
But you want me to open up second date? It's not happening.
Okay.
And then it's like also I feel like because it's not for me being a Pisces, but I feel like it's like an onion. It's like you got to pull back certain like layers for me, and I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm just saying it's just what it is. Like when I first meet you, you're probably gonna get a surface level because I don't know you, and then after we talk, but I have this thing about myself where people feel, men specifically dating, they feel so comfortable opening up to me, like they always want to
and
share.
You okay with that too?
I'm okay with that, but then it's like. I didn't ask them to, but then it's like in exchange, they're like, oh, you haven't told me like much about yourself and whatever, but it's like, or anything deep level, but it's like, I would, but like you opened up, but like that takes a while for me because and
that's okay too.
Yeah, but I don't think dating is challenging. I think that you have to be very, very open-minded, and I think that you also have to kind of know your non-negotiables, but don't be like so strict and rigid to them, because your person might be something you never even thought of. But I'm just like so like into my career and stuff, like building this brand and stuff, and the person that I just want them to come in and add value.
I love that.
That's really
and you're
important
gonna find
to me.
somebody to add value because God gonna give you that.
Yeah, I was just on a podcast in Atlanta, highly initiated.
Check them in.
Yeah, and they were trying to tell me like. In so many words, like you're gonna be 16 alone with this career stuff, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be 16 alone, but I know the person that I'm looking for is gonna take me a little longer to find because I'm not about to just date anybody. Like Glorilla.
I think in your 30s, dating in your 30s though, you have to be strategic too.
Yeah, like
you can't just be going out there like we used to be.
No, you can't. Like Glorilla said.
I'm not saying like we used to be.
But listen, Glorilla said y'all be going for anything.
Oh, she said Glorilla. Now let's hear it.
Glorilla said y'all be going for anything, and I can't go for none of that.
Oh,
and that's just how I feel.
Well, that's really real.
I don't go for none of that. That's the thing. Like when people go for it, like I don't go for that. Like and I am trying to be open minded, but then also like I don't date men with kids, so it's kind of like
how you don't date men with kids when you're 35?
I don't care.
One?
No.
None?
No. So yeah, so it's gonna take me longer, but that's fine because I know men without kids though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so it's not impossible. I'm not.
I don't know no man without kids. So
I know like 4.
Chris, you got kids?
See, there we go. And how old are you, Chris?
27.
Oh,
he
okay.
got, yeah.
But I knew
But
guys
you
that
can date a 27-year-old.
at 35.
People doing it all day.
Men do it all day. Men always date younger.
But would you date younger?
27.
27. Christian look like he got his hand on the shoulder too.
I don't think 27 is crazy.
Okay, I guess it would be.
He look mature. He look laid back.
I guess it
look. I'm
would-
setting the scene, y'all. I'm setting the scene. I'm setting the scene.
I guess it would like be upon like the personality type or how they live their life, you know, because most of the time people are like, oh, you see the age and you're like, oh, you're still young and immature. But if you're very ambitious and you have your head on straight, like I see why not, because Gabrielle Union is 50 something and D Wade is like barely. I don't think D Wade is 40 yet, or he might just be 40. She's 51.
But she look hella young too.
I know, but they're 11 years. She's 11 years a senior.
I'm 8 years apart from my dude.
Higher or lower?
I'm lower.
See, what you trying to push?
But I'm saying that even
Trying to push Gen Z on me.
But I feel like it just depends.
And how
on,
old are you?
I'm 38.
That's what I'm saying.
It depends on the individual.
But a lot of women that are in their 30s always date up. My friend, her boyfriend is 41. You know, like when you're in your 30s, it's like everybody's boyfriend is 40, but them men be stuck in their ways too.
No, they. Let's not even do it.
Okay, but yeah. So
That's why I'm saying like it's cool to do 27, just because either way you go, it's kind of.
that's true.
You can think about it like this: 27-year-old still got time to have kids. 35, oh shit, my man still have time to. You can have kids up to 50, 60, but
yeah.
you still got time to have kids. You still got time to figure out and still be doing your thing too.
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like age never been a big factor for me. I never been like it would gotta be
Have you
older.
ever dated younger?
I've ever dated younger. Not too much. Maybe like I'm 35, like 33.
Oh, that's
So
not
not
bad.
really. I've never dated like 28 or nothing like that. At least not at 35. But I've never been big on age. My biggest thing is children.
Oh, okay.
So age is like whatever to me.
Because you don't want no baby mama drama.
I don't even want, not only just that, I don't want drama, but we live totally different lives. Like, you know.
You got to depend on somebody, worry about somebody, all that. Yeah.
Correct. On top of that, like, your life has to stop for some significant thing at some point in time. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I live my life with just me. So it's just kind of like, it's not an even playing field for me. And I just rather not do it. I think kids are great. I think fathers are great. Mothers are great. I just don't want to date a man with kids. I did all in my 20s. And that's why in my 30s, I was like, I can't do it anymore.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
On that note, I do want to ask you this. Is there any words of encouragement, advice to the women out there, men out there want to be content creators, hosts?
Yeah.
Any field they want to get into, being connected to what you are doing right
Yeah.
now, what advice can you give them?
That's a great question. I would say for sure, make sure that you always show up as yourself. Do a lot of research on whatever that craft is. I remember when I wanted to be a host, I watched this like 9-minute video of like Terrence J talking after he left Winniston Park about his journey, and it like inspired me. I watched a lot of videos of Will Smith, you know, like just talking about certain things. So I think research is key.
I agree with that.
Being yourself is key, and then just putting yourself in the right spaces. Like taking the first step to put yourself in the environment, so then an opportunity can come from there, you know. And like it's a tweet by Pharrell that I love, and he said, "You already that person. Just put yourself in that place." So I think for me, that's the advice I would give. Like you are already that person. If you're thinking about it, if you're constantly, you know, questioning it, then I mean it's already in you.
Yes.
You just have to take the steps to do it. So as far as content creation, just pick up your phone, create anything.
You're very warm and understanding. You give motherly vibes.
Do I?
You do give motherly vibes. I thought like coming in, I was like, oh, we're gonna be goofing around the whole time, and we did the goofing, but you're still your true self.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that I was able to see you beyond content creating.
Yes.
So I love that for
Thank
you.
you.
I appreciate you for coming. And y'all always make sure you make a plan, you execute it, and you do what you got to do to make it happen.
Yes. Yes.
On that note, make sure you check out Chellz. Where to find you, girl?
On all platforms, Bombshell with a 0 though. So B0MBCHELL. Underscore on a couple of them, but you'll find me as long as you put that 0 in.
Yeah, because every time I try to look for you, the O be somebody else.
Yeah,
and I gotta go to 0.
That girl was tired of getting tagged because y'all was tagging her a lot. And
I know which one you're talking about because I tagged her and it was the wrong one, so I had to re-edit.
Make sure you put a 0. A 0 is key. And then also, I don't know if y'all talking about, I did stand up too, but we can talk about that later. I did stand up.
No. Okay, before you go, we gonna get 5 minutes of that one.
I just tapped into comedy for a second because
you did. and
I always wanted to do comedy, and then I did it, and I might do it again, but I don't know.
But you did do your first stand up. How was that?
I did like 3 stand-up shows. It was great, but I don't know. Like what happened was I had a stand-up show. The day I had a stand-up show was the day that my dad passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, so I canceled that show and I didn't do it, and then I did it again on my birthday last year, and that was the last time I did it, and it was okay, but I think the timing was everything because my dad had just passed and it was my birthday, so it was a lot going on. So I said that I was gonna get up and do it again, but I enjoyed it. It was fun.
So you would not look back you wouldn't go back to doing it again?
I might. I don't know. Yeah, it's not the top.
It's not your passion or nothing.
It is my passion, but it's at the top of my list. I more so want to get into like comedy writing.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to stand up, but it's all like in the same wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that's maybe perhaps.
Well, we're gonna pray that she gets into her bag with that one, and we're gonna pray that she keep going. And that was an episode of G Vibes 160 with your girl G9 and Chellz.
Woo!
Let's get it up for Chellz, girl. Hey.
Clap it up, clap it up.
Clap, clap, clap.
You know,
clap.
drink champ.
Okay.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
And she made us drink some liquor today, so
Sure
you know.
did. Little
On that
margarita.
note, bye y'all. Have a good night.